Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Mahabharata399. As you may remember, Dushasana volunteered to kill Abhimanyu so that Krishna and Arjuna would be very upset. They will die with the sorrow of his death. With their death, the Pandavas will all die. Because of the death of this one person, all the Pandavas can be killed. I will please you, my lord, by doing this service for you. He went to the presence of Abhimanyu and challenged him. The fight lasted a few moments, and Dushasana was found fleeing for his dear life. He was replaced by Radeya. He suffered the same fate, though the fight lasted a bit longer. All the heroes on the side of the Pandavas were following the chariot of Abhimanyu. From the moment he left their camp, they were able to keep up with him until he entered the Vyuha. They were Yudhishthira, Bhima, Shikandi, Satyaki, Drupada, Drishtadyumna, Virata, Nakula, Sahadeva, the Kekaya brothers, and Drishtaketu. They were all almost accompanying Abhimanyu. Just at the entrance of the Vyuha, Abhimanyu turned round from his chariot and looked at them with a beautiful smile lighting up his face. That was the last of him they saw. They tried to follow the disappearing chariot of the young child, who smilingly took leave of them. They were stopped by Jayadratha. Bhima laughed at Jayadratha. He remembered the time when Jayadratha had carried away Draupadi. He had been well punished by Arjuna and himself. This Jayadratha had now the audacity to challenge the progress of the Pandavas. Yudhishthira and Satyaki attacked Jayadratha. He withstood their attack. He was able to tackle all of them. He would not let them advance even by a hairbreadth. He sealed up the opening which had been made by Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was going further into the Vyuha. He was going farther and still farther away from them, and they could do nothing because of this dreadful Jayadratha, who seemed to be winning by a fluke. Yudhishthira cut his bow in two. Jayadratha took up another bow and continued to fight. Bhima cut up that bow and his banner too. That did not stop Jayadratha. He laughed and took up another bow. He killed the horses of Bhima's chariot, and his bow was cut too. Jayadratha had obtained a boon from Shankara, that he would be able to defy the Pandavas single-handedly, provided Arjuna and Krishna were not there. He was therefore able to keep the Pandavas from entering the Vyuha along with Abhimanyu. They fought furiously and desperately, since everything that was dear to them was at stake. Jayadratha would not let them enter. He had sealed up the entrance to the Vyuha, and he was keeping guard over it. The Pandavas were overcome with the horror of the situation. They remembered the thoughtful look on the face of Abhimanyu when he said, "If I get caught up inside this lotus, if danger assails me there inside this, I will not be able to come out of it. I am worried about the afterwards." Yudhishthira was horror-stricken at his own thoughtlessness in sending the child. Depending on the strength of all of them, the son of Arjuna had entered the jaws of death. Now they were helpless against the power of Jayadratha, of all men. Once the opening is made by you, it will be a matter of a few moments before the Vyuha is shattered by us, Bhima had said. He looked at Yudhishthira with such anguish in his eyes that even the gods in the heavens wept. Chapter 9, the killing of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was continuing his work of destruction inside the Vyuha. The army was losing hope of living through the day. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.